Alright, so I got a pretty simple thing idea. I like the YouTube channel Hot Ones. Well, I used to watch the channel Hot Ones a lot. So I decided to do something like that. I don't like to do anything the easy way, so. And usually with the show Hot Ones, you start off with the least hot ones and work your way up. So this one I kind of made to where like I can't win. I got mango habanero, wild, and then the blazing. I can't tell which is which, so I guess I'm gonna find out the hard way. That one I can tell is mango habanero. So anyway, yeah, I asked you guys some questions on a post, and I'm gonna answer those questions. I'm supposed to eat one first. Okay, do you game in your truck? If so, what's your favorite game? And then gaming video with the question mark. I would love to do a gaming video. I'm just worried about like the whole monetization process, like if it's like copyrightable or not. So I'm nervous about that, so I have to figure that out before I do anything like that. Do I game at all in my truck? I haven't since I've been in my truck. Like occasionally I will pick up one of my old systems and play it every now and again, but I've been really busy lately, so I haven't been doing much gaming inside my vehicle. But like if I hang out with my cousin or something, yeah, I'll play a game with him, which is usually an old game like Left 4 Dead 2 or Call of Duty Zombies. My favorite game, I would have to say, I love the Resident Evil series. It's a zombie shooter survival game. I love the Resident Evil series. That one's a big question. I also like 7 Days to Die. It's a zombie survival game where like you craft and pretty much have to survive, keep yourself fed and nourished and stuff like that. That one's a really fun game too. And the Monster Hunter series. Let's see. That one's enough. Otherwise, I'll be here all night answering that one. But thank you for that question. I like that one. I was just going from the bottom up, and the next question is from, well, it actually appears to be a 13 or 14 paragraph comment from ClassTube. I kind of read over it, and obviously can't put this one in the video because it'll take me about 10 minutes to read this thing alone. So for the main thing, from what I gathered, is the location. No, I don't plan on staying in Illinois. I think like North or South Carolina sounds nice, and that keeps popping up. It's like been a reoccurring thing, and that's where I planned on going earlier, but Zero was having problems getting into the bed of my truck, so I ended up staying around here. And I don't know if this one's the Carolina Reaper one or if this one is. It's kind of hard to tell, so I guess I'm gonna find out. So that one's definitely like, yep, that one's definitely Carolina Reaper one. Okay, so any plans? No, skipped one. All right. Yeah, that's hot. Oh, it's not gonna be a fun night. What is life like in USA? Oh, it's terrifying. It's kind of hard to say. Your results may vary, I guess. That's kind of a big question, honestly. Everything is kind of seems seems in favor of no one. Anyway, okay, yeah, that was rough. I wasn't expecting that one to be Carolina Reaper one. That was rough. It's gonna be a hard night. Next question is, that last question was from Palm 2893. Or is that Pain? Yeah, I can't even see straight. Pain 2893. That question came from Pain 2893. The next question is from. Let me make this recording. Okay. The next question is from Mr. CCJ Cool. Any plans for the truck? Also, if you could have any truck out there, what would it be? As far as the plan for the truck, I'd like to fix the rust and then fix the body, do all that. And then, I don't know. I like the truck the way it is, really. One thing I do want to add is, I seen it's not like a roof rack, but it's like a cab over rack. And it's like, usually it goes on where the cap would go, but I think I can incorporate it to where I can have the cap and the cab over rack or whatever it's called. So, and if I could have any truck out there, what would it be? Probably the Marty McFly's black truck in Back to the Future. I think that's also Toyota. I think it's like an 86 or something like that, but I'm not 100% sure. To be fair, I'm more of a car guy. I've only had, I think, 3 trucks throughout my life, and once I moved into like the sticks, I needed a truck, so I started or that's when I bought my truck. I forgot to eat a chicken wing for that one. So. The next question is from Gene Squirrel. Does your employer know you're living in your truck? Where are mom and dad? Let's see. My employer, I'm not sure they know. I know my manager knows. I don't think they would care either way. Another wing. Okay, so as far as it goes, these two aren't a problem. It's just coming back to that one's going to be pain, which I really don't want to. So the next question is from Sarah Van Caravan. What was your childhood like? I grew up with my grandma and grandpa, with my brother and 2 cousins. We're pretty mischievous. We'd have fun though. Any traveling I did in my childhood. Like I've been to Oklahoma, Mexico, Texas, and it was all when I was younger. Like once I got into my adult years, I hardly did any traveling. Oh man, I'm back to one of these super hot ones again. And it's funny because it tastes really good, so while you're eating into it, you don't notice until it gets to be too late. Okay. So Rebecca asks, have you done any traveling? Would you like to travel one day? I've done some traveling. Like I said, actually that segued pretty nice. I did a lot of traveling in my childhood. I've been to Mexico, Oklahoma, Texas. Indiana doesn't count because it borders us. I think that's about it. Would I like to travel one day? Yes, very much so. A lot of places I'd like to travel to, too. That one sucks. Tastes good, though. I don't remember if I answered the question right. Wing. Oh, I guess I'll eat one. Next one is from D'Artagnan Purdy. You should get some land and put an RV on it while you build your forever home. That was more of a statement, but yeah, I appreciate that. So, question is from Leslie Ann the Carnivore. Do you talk to your mom and dad? Have they ever visited you there? Also, I absolutely love the fact that you're 90% carnivore. It's truly the proper way to eat. You look great. Do I talk to my mom and dad? Occasionally. Have they visited me? Well, my mom's really close as far as distance wise. My dad lives in South or North Carolina. And no, he didn't visit me the last time he was out here. And then the other part was a statement. So I do eat more than 90% meat though, or eat a lot of noodles. All right. So Flo Always Matters asks, what direction do you hope to take your channel besides up? And she says, I'm glad and happy to see you doing so well. Well, thank you. What direction do I plan to take my channel? I'll answer that. Well, the good thing about that question is there's a lot of directions to look at my channel. A lot of people just like watching it for what it is, like seeing someone overcome adversity. Some people see a lot of inspiration from, you know, trying something out of the normal, like trying, you know, getting into YouTube and breaking your boundaries. Some people see it, you know, the overcoming your fear. Man, it's hard to put my thoughts together for some reason. Yeah, so there's a lot of directions, and I like that it's being seen in that many lights. I hope that answers it. I don't know. I continue growing. That's probably needless to say. I'd also like for it to open up other opportunities as well, and not just for me, but for other people. And what direction do I plan on taking it? A bunch of different ways. I guess that's good. All right, back to this one. I'm half tempted to just eat 2 in a row. That way, it's like I'll eat these 2 and be fine. Then I'll come back to this, and it's just like I don't want to eat these again because my brain's telling me not to because of this one. So I think I might just eat 2 of these in a row. Whew, those are hot. I might actually sweat. Next question is coming from Mainly Fishing 4599. What's cheaper for food, making food or fast food daily? Well, I know eating fast food daily is really expensive, and I try not to eat fast food. Matter of fact, even with this, I love hot wings. If you ever want to lure me in the back of your van, just have some hot wings or PS5. But yeah, I try to not get fast food because it does add up, because that's just, you know, whenever you go, you know, that's just one meal. And as far as making your own food, that is also costly because, you know, whenever you buy food, it'll go longer, but usually it's something very specific. So it's like, oh, I'll buy the stuff to make spaghetti, but yeah, you have stuff to make spaghetti for 3 days, but do you want to eat spaghetti for 3 days in a row? So cheaper for food, definitely making your own food. Another thing is like I've only been eating like 1 meal a day. Well, before I was only eating 1 meal a day, and it wasn't because of the lack of food. It was mostly just like getting the motivation to make the food. I mean, realistically, there's like food pantries all over the place that are usually you just can walk up to them. You know, you don't even have to go to a building on some cases. But yeah, I went to some food pantries in some of the harder days, and usually the food pantries will have like the same stuff over and over, so you'll get tired of what you're eating, but I mean, you're not going to starve, so that's always an option. So yeah, definitely making your own food, especially if you can grow your own food. So what really is throwing me off is like every time I eat one of the really hot ones. I don't want to go and eat one of these two, even though these are really good. My brain's just telling me not to put these in my mouth anymore because it's associating the hotness with this one. So I'm gonna eat 2 of these in a row just to try and get them out of the way, because I kind of want to enjoy this a little bit. I haven't had chicken wings in a while, so I want to enjoy it a little bit. But for the most part, I can't do anything on YouTube without making it difficult for myself, so whatever. Yeah, I'm gonna try hard. You know what, I don't even want to deal with it anymore. I'd rather just rip the Band-Aid off. Of course, when I talk, pepper just injected itself in my lungs. So yeah, I just finished off the Carolina Reaper ones. Those were miserable. Now it's just the easy ones left. Well, I gotta work on my heat tolerance, apparently. I thought those had me in the first half, I'm not gonna lie. Alright, so the next question is, what's your next home improvement? What would you like to see changed in your truck camper? My next home improvement, I think I'm gonna add a second story. Make it a 2-decker, a 2-story truck. No, I want to add that roof rack that I was talking about, or the cab over rack. I think that would be cool. You can hang like solar panels or something on it. Plus, well, actually, I completely forgot. The more I talk, it's like the hotter it gets. It's weird. I do want to rise my cap up. That was one thing I forgot to mention in the last question that was similar to this one. I do want to raise the cap up a bit too, and then put that cab over rack on there too. I would say this would save on your heating bill, because I don't have any of my heaters or anything on, and I feel okay because I feel like I'm melting up from the spiciness. But this was like almost $25 for 15 wings. It was ridiculous. I almost didn't want to do it, but I already did the Q&A thing, so. Okay, so that last question was from, let's see, Tanner9234. These have been by the window, so now they're like ice cold. I already ate all the Carolina Reaper ones, so I already did the hardest part, and I don't really want to eat any cold food. So plus I'm kind of full and I want to go to the gym after this, so I'm going to digest for a little bit and just answer to the next questions. So Mr. Mean asks, I know you have longer term goal of owning a piece of land, but what are some of the shorter term goals you have in mind? For example, a new job, vehicle, etc. Some of my short term goals, I kind of want to branch out and do some traveling, make some travel videos, and see how that goes. Obviously, my main goal right now is continuing to grow the channel. That's my main concern. As far as that goes, that is my new job, so I'm going to focus on growing the channel as part of a new job. With the warmer weather, like, truth be told, I don't like doing anything in the cold because it like physically hurts me. So I don't like doing anything in the cold. So once it starts to warm up, I'll be more inclined to do like odd jobs, like, like mowing grass or, whatever have you. So in the summertime is a more hopeful time for me because I'm more active in the warmth. So let's see, I'm probably mostly a plant. I'm not sure yet. But anyway, as far as a vehicle, I want a new vehicle, yes. And I'm actually more concerned about gas mileage rather than like space. Like if I can find like a station wagon or a van that gets good gas mileage, ideally that's what I'd be going for. So yeah, that's pretty much the goals. Redo the storage unit to where I can build stuff. So yeah, I don't know what's gonna come first, getting a different vehicle or fixing my truck, but we'll see when it comes to me. Like once I actually start saving up some money, then then I'll know, because then I'll have a price in mind of what to look for. So that was from Mr. Mean. And then Jimmy Tangu 56 would ask what kind of awesome improvements you'd like to make to your van life truck. Ideally, what would you like to add or change? I'd like to change the rust. I'd like to add a roof rack, the ones that go on the cab, or where the cap is. I want to incorporate that with the cap. So that's the next improvement I would like to make. Aside from, like, doing maintenance, and I would love to try and find a way to make this thing get better gas mileage. Maybe some twin turbos would help somehow, or some gearing. I'm not sure about all that though. Oh, a limited slip differential would be nice too. But yeah, or a locker or whatever they call them. I don't know what they call them in trucks. I'm used to cars, so limited slip differential is usually what you want. Pokey Summers 9885. It's more of a statement. Good morning, you're on the right path, doing everything you can to better yourself, improving and keeping your taco maintained. Working, and now you got this little side hustle. Awesome. I would take advantage of the spring coming up and for cash and save for the next couple of years. You got this. Have a great day. Good luck with all the questions. Cheers. Thank you. All right, and then next I see a question from Sea Junkie. She asks, didn't you mention you're a drummer? I did mention that I am. Well, I play the drums. I don't know what technically makes you a drummer, but yes, I play the drums. Who is your favorite drummer / biggest musical influences? My favorite drummer is Neil Peart, because I won some stuff for him, and he's been my biggest influence because of that. So I've always strived to like, usually I'll see somebody that I look up to as far as like in a musical field and stuff like that, and then I usually try to play as well as them, you know what I mean, whenever it comes to, and that's probably one of my bigger flaws, is I'll see who I look up to and I won't feel like I'm good until I play as well as them. So that's a never-ending battle. My biggest musical influences, yeah, I guess I would say Neil Peart because of that. He's been my biggest inspiration since I've won that stuff from him. I actually am a big fan of rap music, mostly because of the lyricism and stuff like that. Like, with most music, once you kind of figure out it's like, chorus, verse, like you start to appreciate music with more lyrics and have a story. Well, at least I do. So I primarily play metal and like hip-hop-ish type stuff. So let's see, where did I learn to tinker mechanically? My brother, yeah. Anytime he had to fix anything of mine, I would watch him, and after a while I felt bad asking him to do stuff, so I started learning myself. And once I started getting more confident, I started doing more stuff on my own or by myself. And usually if there's anything I'm not sure of, I'll have my brother come help me. So yeah, he's my biggest inspiration. If you think I'm smart, you should see my brother. I think the world of him, but I think he would have an amazing YouTube channel. Let's see. I heard you mentioned you had a dog that passed away. Are you in a place to share about your dog, type, how you met, etc.? No, it's still kind of a soft spot, but I can say that he was, if I had to pick a dog, it would either be a Border Collie or a German Shepherd. So 0 was perfect because he was both. He was a Border Collie German Shepherd. How I met him as a puppy, and one of the gas station workers had a litter, and they had a box full of puppies, and he was like the last one in it. A lot of people had already grabbed it and grabbed their puppies, and I seen him, and he was too cute to pass up, and I didn't ask if I could have. I was living with my mom at the time, and I didn't ask if I could have a dog. I just brought him home, and no one could say no to him, so he ended up getting to stay. Books, if you read any. I haven't been doing a lot of reading. Well, I haven't been doing a lot of reading of books, just because most of my reading is done online now, and I'm usually like studying how to do something, or if something will work with something else, like mechanically, or just studying this or that. So I do a lot of my reading online just to learn stuff. The last few books I did read were Oh, I think it was called The Emerald Tablet by Hermes Trismegistus, and it was something about the Philosopher's Stone or something like that. I was really big into like mythological things, like cryptids and such like that. So I was reading books about alchemy for a while just to study up and kind of look into it. A lot of the greatest minds on the planet Earth, if you look into them at some point, studied the Philosopher's Stone. So I thought it was always really intriguing. So those books were like out of my league. They were very hard to understand. So yeah, I stopped chasing the Philosopher's Stone a while ago. Not to say it's real or not. I just find it fascinating. I like all the mythological stuff or anything that's mysterious or beyond this world. Seems really entertaining and cool. And also, like I said, some of the greatest minds were looking for stuff like that. So I thought that was cool. And the last question is Jacob Marley KLM. What are your plans? Do you plan on going all out, maybe getting a larger van? Do you want to do a permanent off-grid living or even some kind of homestead? I've got all kinds of questions I could ask. My plans, save up some money, and yeah, I want to get a secondary vehicle, preferably soon. That way I can work on my truck. I do want to get some land to do off-grid living, yes. And I don't necessarily need a house. I'd be happy with a garage just to work on stuff, you know, like to have a lift. But other than that, I don't care too much. I'm already kind of used to living outside. So, yeah, that's pretty much the short-term goals is get some land and secondary vehicle and stuff like that. Fix up my truck. And then on to bigger and brighter things after that. Okay, so that's it for the questions. Hopefully you enjoyed this, because I didn't. I heard, heard the term nature calling, so I need to. Nature might be screaming, is what I'm trying to get at here.